Hi Virgo, my name is Audrey Alison, and this is your October 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here, and thanks for tuning in and for sharing and liking and subscribing and being cool. It is a game-changing month. October has a lot going on, and we're going to start the month off with a Mercury retrograde, your ruling planet. Also, I'm indoors because of Mercury. It's been screwing with me all day. It started raining here earlier in the morning, and then the sun came out, and then I set up outside, and it started raining again. So I'm not risking in this retro my MacBook Pro getting wet. So I took it indoors, and now as soon as I did, the sun came out. So let's start off. Okay, Mercury's retrograde. Okay, 2 degrees Scorpio. This is your third house of communications, Libra. Yikes. Okay, having the planet of communications retrograding in your house of communications is a double whammy. I really think that it's time to go inward. Don't try to execute a lot of plans that need a lot of communicating, which is probably the majority of most plans. You need to watch what you're saying, how you're saying it, check emails, check messages. Things could go missing. Now, Mercury is retrograding pretty deeply, and this is the third retrograde of the year, so it's actually a cumulative of all of the original retrogrades, the first two. And Mercury is also ensconced between 2 eclipses this month. So there is a lot of drama, and there's a lot of emotional fuel to this drama. Now, here's what you could do. You could really watch how you're communicating, because with Mercury retrograding in your house of communications, you're coming off wrong. You're not making sense, or things are misunderstood. So just watch that. On the 8th of October, we have our full moon total lunar eclipse. This is at 15 degrees Aries. The sun is in complete opposition to this full moon, hence the eclipse. Having this affect the 8th house is regarding shared resources. Something is coming to an end in this sector. The full moon can bring an ending. Now, I really like to keep my readings positive because I do believe that your mind can really control the future outcome of a lot of situations. So I don't really like giving tremendously negative readings. But I am going to say this. For those Virgos who are dealing with an ailing grandparent or parent, having a full moon total eclipse in the 8th house, 8th house is death, and it's also rebirth and transformation and shared resources and wills and estates. You could find that this eclipse eclipses someone out of the picture of your life. It's just a possibility. It doesn't mean that's going to happen for everyone. But this energy, these eclipse energies are accumulative as well from the last year and a half, and they're tying something up. This is the last one we'll have until April of next year, and it's bringing something to a conclusion. So this falling in the 8th house, death to me brings endings. And if there is someone ailing, I would just be aware of that, because you know what it is? The full moon also brings an awareness, okay? So there is something that's coming to the light in regards to that situation. Now, Mercury is going to retrograde. Your ruling planet goes deeper on the 10th of October. Goes deeper into your 2nd house of money. It's really time to watch what you're spending in the 2nd half of the retrograde. Mercury will have something to do with missing receipts, misbudgeting, not updating the funds, or missing something in an account, thinking you have more than you have. Watch your credit card spending with a Mercury retrograde in the 2nd house. Watch the statements on your credit card bills. You could be charged something that you didn't freaking buy. So you got to keep your eye double open, because since Mercury rules you, you're not the best eyes to be seeing situations through. See, look, it's already affecting me. I can barely speak today. in some of the other videos, I was like, it's just a nightmare. I was tripping over all of my words. But you got to clean your peepers out, Virgo, because seeing through those eyes is a little misleading. Plus, you're not getting all of the information because the eclipses can hide things. Some things are in the shadow still until our partial new moon eclipse occurs later in the month, which occurs on the 23rd. Now mark this day on your calendar, October 23rd. The Sun and Venus enter Scorpio into this third house of communications for you. On that same day, we have our partial solar eclipse at 0 degrees Scorpio in this third house. So your third house of communications is really hit, as so is your money belt, your 8th house of shared resources, and your 2nd house of money. So this isn't a month to spend, it's a month to hone it in. You really have to take note of it's about budgeting. Now, with the Sun and Venus, okay, this is positive. The warmth of the Sun, the God himself, the Sun, and Venus, the planet of love and money, entering this third house, you could have some reprieve here. You know, you could actually earn something. You could earn some money or want to start a new endeavor for money. And it could involve buying new technology or new communication equipment. The partial solar eclipse could start something new in a communication sector. It could also initiate sibling activity, more time with the siblings in your life, and neighbors. Third house is sibling and neighbors, siblings and neighbors. So something new is starting at that time. I'm thinking the cards are going to get more detailed about that. On the 25th, Mercury finally goes direct at 16 degrees Libra in the 2nd house. Okay, so you'll have some replenishment in the finance sector with Mercury there direct at the end of the month. Mercury doesn't clear his shadow officially until mid-November. Right now, he's already slowed down. He's been slow since September 14th. And November 10th, he clears his shadow, or 14th, no, 10th. And then it's really a full speed ahead, but officially he'll go direct at 16 degrees Libra on the 25th. So having him direct in the sector in which he was retrograding deeper, he might give you some recuperation, replenishment with your finances around that time. On the 26th, Mars enters Capricorn. This is good because being an earth sign, you're filtered some of that energy. This is in your 5th house of children and 5th house of creativity and sports and gambling and romance. So having Mars, the planet of energy, passion, aggression, determination and drive, will, and action, going into the 5th house, those of you Virgos with a gambling spirit could want to more over this 60-day transit because Mars will be with you through all of November as well as starting on the 26th of October. So you could also have more drive and ambition to spend time with your children, the 5th house of kids, but also starting a new romance. For those Virgos looking for love, Mars is men. Mars means men. So for you guys and girls who are looking for that male partner, you could really benefit from Mars being in the 5th house of romance at that time for a 60-day transit. It's really nice. You might want to watch your aggression or your anger when it comes to your kids or your tone of voice and how they're receiving you, or your tone in your creative passions. You could be angry or aggressive in that sector, so however that could apply to the 5th house. It doesn't really make sense to be angry with your romantic position, but it could happen. I mean, stranger things have happened. You might just go off on a first date, you know, if you're meeting some guy who's rubbing you the wrong way, with your communication being all whacked out, you could just tell him to kick rocks and call it a day. So you never know. It'll apply differently to everybody. But I'm going to pull the cards. Oh yeah, it is autumn. I should have started with that. So happy autumnal equinox for those of us in the northern hemisphere, and happy vernal equinox to the southern hemisphere folks. We have initially went through our cardinal ingress. We are now in fall and the sun is in Libra. Well, I'm recording these when the sun is in Libra, so it is cardinal ingress time. All right, Virgo, what is up for you in October? Let's get to it. And for those of you who are interested in reading with me, I read all through the week, and you can find me at audreyallison.com as well as Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. And I've got some very surprising, beautiful news for next month, but it's personal news. I'm going to be a lot more available for all of you and a lot more available for videos. So change is a-coming. Okay, first card, Two of Swords, a debate, actively questioning a debate, a duel, a combat, Two of Swords. I love the owl on this card. What else is up? Temperance. It's the card of Sagittarius, but it means patience, balance, beauty, and timing. Third card, Two of Cups, love, commitment, trust, the flow of energy between two people, the infinity symbol. I'm wearing one, the infinity symbol. And another major arcana, the World, fate, transformation, change, all the 4 seasons. And it really gives the time length of a full year. So let me see, accumulatively, what am I even saying? Collectively is the word I'm looking for. Thanks, Merc. All right, collectively, let me see what these cards mean. This immediately strikes me. The first and third card are on top of each other like this in my spreads, and having the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups, there could be a disagreement in a partnership, even though your partnerships, other than the 8th house of shared resources, you don't have, well, you have romance at the end with Mars, but I'm not feeling that. This feels like 7th house. Partnership, marriage, relationship. It's not business partnership either because this card is lovers. You could be at a standstill in a personal relationship, and you're not really going to push forward in October either with your ruling planet retrograde. So this feels like, what the hell am I doing? These have to be on top of each other. This energy feels like a standstill to me. You're at a hold, you're at a pause here. Now what's surrounding this are 2 major arcana cards, the Temperance card and the World. This is saying you need patience. You need to wait things out. You might be too hasty. Maybe the Mars energy is putting a lot of action in that decision. But there's patience and the timing might be off for these decisions right now. And the World card means give things a year. All 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall. You might be weighing out a decision. And with the Two of Swords, you should still be thinking internally about your decisions and not taking action. You're supposed to be patient and wait. And this could apply to everybody individually in your own way. The best way to know is to have a full astrological reading and tarot reading with me so I can pinpoint all of the areas that are specifically hit for you. If you're interested in that, you know where to find me, Virgo. I'm wishing you a beautiful October and have a sweet day. I'll see you in November, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me in November. Bye.